This is Justin, and 2017 is finally here, sort of. So today I thought it would be a great day to bring you guys a how I make my videos on YouTube. Also, I asked you guys on Twitter whether you wanted to see one of these videos, and you guys said yes. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my whole start to finish process on how I make every single one of my videos like something you're watching right now. And by all means, this isn't the most efficient or maybe not the best way of making videos, but it's what works for me. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so this is probably the most grueling part for me, scripting. I usually just keep a ton of video ideas in a Google Notepad, which is really useful, and when I'm ready to start on a new video, scripting is my first go-to. Now, without scripting my videos, I will stutter a lot, so everything just sounds much more cleaner and on topic whenever my video is scripted. Okay, so next up, I'll usually go ahead and do A-roll, which is really just me talking to the camera. I'll usually just set up my Zoom H1 on a mic stand and face the camera and talk away, and that's about it. It's pretty simple. Lighting wise, if I'm doing A-roll in my room, I'll usually have a Viltrox L116T. It's really versatile. You can change the brightness and also the warmth or temperature, which makes it super easy to use wherever I go. In addition to that, I'll usually just use two LifeX bulbs in a nice color configuration like blue and red or something along those lines, which makes for a nice pop in your A-roll. Okay, so to move on, the next thing I have to do is get my B-roll shots. Those are the shots you see on whichever product I'm reviewing or whatever the video's on. This is really my favorite part of making any video, as I really do just love filming and getting those bokeh-licious shots. So remember how we scripted earlier on? Well, this makes it super easy in getting those B-roll shots, as I kind of have an organizer to tell me what shots I need to get in which order and how many of those shots, as I'm not going out and getting B-roll shots while I'm editing, which makes the workflow a ton easier. The Canon T5 is my main shooting camera, and it's a pretty decent camera. I mean, for photos you get some pretty decent image quality, but for video you do really need to know how to light up a shot really well in order to make the most out of the camera. As for the main glass I use, this is a $50 50mm prime lens. If you already haven't checked it out, I made a whole video on it. This lens is great as you get some great image quality, really sharp for only $50, but more recently the 50mm is getting a little too cropped for me, so I've been finding myself using the Nikon E-Series 28mm vintage lens more often. While this might be an older and fully manual lens, it's really sharp, the build quality is great, especially compared to what you're getting nowadays with lenses, and also f2.8 gets just enough bokeh. The Velbon PH368 is my go-to tripod fluid head that gets me some pretty decent smooth pans and tilts for a pretty low price. Tripod legs wise, I'm using the Dolica Pro line. It's pretty sturdy and stable, and is great for supporting my camera and for any shots. By the way, all this equipment that I'm talking about in this video will be linked below down in the description, so you can go ahead and check it out. Alright, so editing is, if not one of the most important parts of making any video, as it shapes my whole video together. So to start things off, I'll edit and run through all my audio through Audacity, and it's a really versatile piece of audio software, and best of all, it's free. For video, I'll use Final Cut Pro on the 2015 MacBook Pro, as it's one of the most slickety smooth editing softwares, but firstly, I'll just sort through all of my A-roll and trim out any other parts. Once that's done, I can start laying out my B-roll throughout the duration of the video timeline, depending on what I'm talking about. I also love adding some sort of cinematic sequence at the beginning of the video with whatever B-roll I have left. Okay, so next comes color grading, and all I really use is the inbuilt color corrector. A simple layer of added saturation and contrast usually does it for me, depending on what video style I'm really going for. But after that, the last thing I do is just to add text and transitions to the clips to add that extra cherry on top with the effects. So the video is pretty much finished now, but at this point I still need a thumbnail. For the most part, I'll just hop into Adobe Photoshop, choose a nice shot from the video, and use that as the image. I'll usually just adjust the image a bit, add some simple and easy to read text and some effects, and boom, that's about it. Okay, so now the video is finally finished, and the last thing I have to do is just upload to YouTube, and that's it. Anyways guys, that's how I make my YouTube videos from start to finish, and that's everything that goes into making a YouTube video. Hopefully if you enjoyed, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button down below and leave me a comment. Use hashtag lamp if you made it to this part of the video. Also, if you're a content creator, hopefully you got some tips or you learned something from this video, and if not, hopefully you just got enough insight to see how I make my videos. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.